Hello. Hi. I put this Valentine's theme to get us in the mood. Hi, everyone. I hope I can remove it when I do the glass. Hi, Christina. Hi, everyone. I'm going to remove this filter. This is my kitty. My boyfriend. Hi, Frida. Hi, Disco Pressies. Hi, Amy. Hi, Tanya. Okay, I will remove this filter. Hi, Solange. And Louis. Hi from the family here. Poor thing. Hello, pobrecito. Hi. Hi, Guild Nail Supplies. Hi, Natasha, Lillian. All right. So, poor cats. Forced to be in the screen. Hi, Denmark. All right. So today, hi, Kati. Today, I'm so honored. Hi, Kirsten. Today, I'm so honored to be the first to start off our education in January. Each month, we will have free education. So next month, I'm not sure who it's going to be, but it's going to be good. But I'm honored to be the first. Today, like I mentioned in the video before, I'm going to be doing salon techniques. So things that are quicker, because if if it's really busy and you don't want to spend too much time like me doing characters like crazy, you can do these quick designs, because I know a lot of customers are in a rush as well. They don't always have time and they don't always want to pay, so it's always good to have some quick designs ready to do whenever you can. All right, so I think our class will be around 2 hours. I will before each design I will show you what I will be using so that you can get ready to use them as well. And also, if you don't want to work along with me, you can do it afterwards, because we're saving this video and it's going to be available on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Instagram. Just in case you can't find it, it's going to be in all those locations. All right, I guess I should start. Let me remove this filter and change the direction. All right. How do I remove this? We want no more hearts. I'm always very clumsy, so be prepared to see some things falling. Like my lamp right now is not holding. Okay. So I have these sets, which we will be doing. I know some things you see on videos on Instagram, and they do seem simple, but when you actually do them, they're not as easy as you think. For example, I'm going to tell you my story about this set. It looks super simple, but once you do it, it's not as simple. So I'm going to give you all the details on how to get the perfect neon effect. So let's start with that one. Let's get a tip ready. I have our tippies stuck on our crystal tip display, which is amazing. It's not like one of those plastic ones from Amazon. It's heavy and super great quality, and I'm going to use this. Is also included in the crystal tip display. Super easy when you're creating press-on nails and practicing at home. Hi, Maya. I'm also going to, let me start by showing you the brushes that I'm going to use on our crystal tip, on our crystal palette, which is also super heavy and great quality, and canine crystal. All right, so the brushes that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to show you how to take care of them. I've had some of my brushes like 4 or 5 years, so there's no need for you to stress about buying brushes that are a little too expensive. If you think they're too expensive, you don't need to stress about it, because they last forever if you take care of them properly. I take care of my art brushes with tacky top. You could also do this with a base coat. I don't like using a no wipe, because I find that no wipe cures very fast. For example, if I have no wipe on my palette and tacky top, I find that the no wipe cures, like by the lamps or the UV rays from somewhere. So I always like to use either tacky top or natural base to clean my brushes. And my favorite brushes, which are on sale this month, all our art brushes are on sale, 20% off. So after this class, if you see something you like, make sure to order, because it's on sale. And guess what? We have a discount code as well, Home of Diva 15. So you get a 15% off until February 2nd, the middle of the night of February 2nd. Does someone know how to do the responses? I think you have to swipe to the left to remove the comments. All right. So here is the painter tool, which I love to use for coloring in spaces like from the characters, like the face and the ears, and if it's a Mickey, I like coloring in with the painter tool and shadowing as well. And I clean it by swirling it in tacky top, and I will clean it by pulling it out on a lint-free wipe or a paper towel. This is the Angle 2 brush. This is, I think, the most used brush ever. I use this brush to clean and correct, because I never do everything perfect in one go. I need to correct, and I actually use this to shape things, which you will see just now. I make my circles, I shape my circles with this brush. My hearts, I perfect them with this brush. The Angle 2 I cannot live without. And this is the pearl wood version. Also clean that, make sure it's nice and pointy, the hairs are sticking together. This is a way to make sure that your brush stays moisturized and good to use forever. I always do this before and after my class. This I use so that I can make the hairs more flexible, because sometimes they're a little bit hard before using them. And this way the hairs stay nice and straight and together. Also, tacky top is not only used for I don't only use this for cleaning, because a lot of people do not know this this top coat. They're probably like, why do you need a top coat? This is a top coat with a sticky layer. You can also use this for if you know there are some colors, for example, that are neon, that can sometimes change colors when you put them on, like a neon or orange or a neon pink. Sometimes they can look purple after you get like purple splotches after they've been cured. That is a problem with almost all pigments that are neon, the pinks and the oranges. You can use this top coat instead of the no wipe top coat, because the no wipe top coat has a blue layer, which is like a UV protection or something like that, and this does not have that. So you can use this on neon colors instead of the no wipe. Another thing I use tacky top for is to create the the shadows for my characters. So I will mix colors with tacky top and do shadowing with this top coat. A lot of people did not know really why would you use tacky top. That's what I use tacky top for. All right, so I'm cleaning my gel brush. All the new brushes, well, all the brushes will be changed into this this format, the chrome silver format. They were like this, and they're all going to be this amazing silvery chromish format. So I think I'm gonna have to get new ones anyways, just because I have to have them. All right, for the gel brushes, normally I wouldn't clean them like this, because you use it to paint, and if you use a really pigmented color like a color gel, for example, if you paint a gel brush with the gel brush, you can clean it with alcohol, and then afterwards I would moisturize it again with tacky top. But I would definitely clean it with alcohol first. Otherwise, you're going to be cleaning with tacky top forever. And this is the Gel 8, which I love, which I use to paint the backgrounds of the nails. All right, so let's start. I'm going to do this negative space heart with a neon design effect. I've seen this on a lot of videos, and I was really 99% any alcohol, above, not 70. I like to use 80% and above, because 70% is very, it hardly does anything. To clean my mistakes, I use Hola Sarai. To clean my mistakes, I always use either 80% alcohol or above, because when I clean something, I want it to evaporate really quickly. And if I use 70% to clean any of my mistakes on the nails, gel polish or art gel or whatever, I need something stronger. So definitely 80% or more alcohol. I will never use 70%. It doesn't do anything for me. All right, so I saw this design on many videos and I was in love, and I'm like, oh my God, I have to do it. So I did it, but I actually had to throw away like 2 or 3 tips. You can move the comment section. You have to swipe to the left. All right. So I saw this design. I was like, oh my goodness. It looks so easy, but it was so hard. I had to throw away like 3 tips before I got it right. So I'm going to show you how I get it right. And they do it so easily, so quickly, but it really is not that easy unless you know the tricks. All right. So I'm going to use one of our French gel polish, a gel polish from our French gel polish collection. They're all like a semi-transparent, nudish, pinkish color. There are 9 colors. They're all amazing. They're like our 131. I'm not sure if you know our 131, which is our most popular color, which it was my favorite color, but it no longer is now that we have the new French collection. I used 131 for almost all of the backgrounds of my negative space nails and my Frenches, but now I have more options. So I'm going to use number 250 today. I love using these semi-transparent colors for French, for negative space. And I'm just going to put 1 layer. And this is our tippies, our pointed almond tippies, which I love for my press-on nails. As you can see, my nails are super short. Well, you can see underneath that there's nothing pointy. They're super short. So I like having my tippies, which I stick on my nails. Hi, Vasiliki. So I like sticking them on my nails, taking pictures and taking them off because I no longer have clients. So I have to work on myself, and I'm really terrible with long nails. I'm more of a klutz than anything. I'm very accident prone, so I hurt myself with long nails. I love long nails, but it's not for me. I'm just a klutz. So I stick the press-on nails on my nails. I take a picture, take a video, and then take them off for the gram. So I use tippies for that. Alrighty. Normally, tippies are amazing. So normally you would have to, I don't buff or prep my nails, my tips, because it's just an online class. I don't want dust all over the place. But I'm going to give you a trick on how to not buff your tippies. Now I'm just working straight on the tippies. Normally you would see people buffing them, or you can put a primer without acid on these nails to make them sticky. So whenever you use tippies, there's no need to actually buff it before you polish it. You could put primer without acid over the nail. You put it over the nail with the brush until you feel like it's a little bit sticky, and then you can go straight to polishing it. So that is a little trick. So there's no need to buff the tippies before polishing them. I love that so much more because I hate dust all over my desk. But for today, I am not going to be using any primer or buffing my nail because it's just a tip. But remember that when you work on a client, you should definitely prep their nails properly before putting any type of art on it so that it stays. All right. So here we have this first layer of, Ugly Duckling primer. It does not have acid, so it's perfect. You can use it for tippies to make them sticky. So here is the first layer of number 250. I'm going to map out the heart. I'm going to use my striper brush. This is the striper. And I'm going to draw my heart with black gel polish. I need to draw it out. So I'm going to put some black gel polish on my palette. When drawing a heart, make sure what works for me. I'm going to make sure that all the gel polish is in all of the hairs of the brush. This way, when you draw, the hairs won't separate. If you just put gel polish on the front of your brush, when you draw, you have a chance that the hairs will separate. This way, when you have the gel polish or any art gel or anything that you use, put it on all of the hairs. Okay, yes, hold on. Like that. Let me move some stuff, make sure it's not gonna fall. Okay. I hope it's better now. Okay, let me move it down more as well. I used to be really horrible at online. I'm still not really not the best at all. I was like, when COVID was there, when COVID came, I was like I told everyone, no, I don't want to do online. No, I don't want to do online. I don't want to. But with practice, I guess it really does make progress. Alrighty. So when I draw a heart, I always start with the part that looks like a booty. So I will draw 1/2 of the heart, the booty part, and I will turn it around to check if it is in the middle, and I see that it needs to be around here. So I will move that booty part to here. No problem, because we have the angle too, so I can erase that later on. And then I will draw the other half. It doesn't have to be perfect. Mine never is. I really fix everything with the angle 2 brush. And then I will pull the heart, the rest of the booty, to the side of the nail as much as possible. I don't want to leave too much space. I want a really big heart so that it takes up a lot of space on the nail. And then this side needs to be around the same side, so a same space, amount of space. So I will draw. So here we have the top part of the heart, and then I will move it down. I always like hearts that go into a curve, not straight ones. Those are nice too, but I always like my curvy hearts. And I will connect it on this side as well. No problem if it's not perfect. Mine is not perfect. I'm going to take my angle 2 brush and put some alcohol in the dappen dish. Hola! So when I will put my brush in the dappen dish and remove the excess on a piece of paper. Then I will clean. If I want my heart to go more inside, I will clean it, pushing it from the outside in. Like so. I think I need a new angle too. It was in the sun today. Be very careful. When you put your brushes, when you have your brushes out near the lamp or near the sun, I had it near the sun, so it's a little bit messed up, but we're making it work. And here we'll clean, especially because we're cleaning our brushes with top coat or base coat. You need to make sure that your brushes are not near to anywhere that has UV rays. All right. So I'm cleaning this side as well, making it perfect. All right, I'm going to put it in the lamp. Both sides look more or less the same. I will cure it for a few seconds. And then I'm going to take black gel polish, our number 43, which is the best black ever. And we will color around the heart. I always like doing negative space nails. They're so pretty. And they look complicated, but they're not so complicated. Looking for my tacky top. I need to clean my angle 2 brush because it's acting funky. All right. So with the painter 2, with the painter 1, I'm sorry, this is the longer one. This is the brush I like to use for coloring in large spaces. When using brushes, always draw to yourself. For example, make sure to rest your pinky on either your nail or your customer, and always draw towards yourself. That way you have more control. And also, no worries, you can always turn your customer's hands around. They could be a little bit uncomfortable for a short period of time. It's not a problem, because you're working all day. You should be the one that should be comfortable. So don't be afraid to turn your customers' hands around if you need to be more comfortable doing your art. I remember when I first started doing nails, I was always looking for the perfect black and white. It was either it shrank, wrinkled in the lamp, or it was not pigmented at all. But as you can see, this one is super pigmented. And I looked no further when I got the Ugly Duckling black and white. Those were perfect. So turn the nail around to make yourself more comfortable to do this. And whenever you're using a brush, don't press too hard. Just feather, just move the gel where you want to have it. I know a lot of us, I was always afraid to use brushes because they move, they bend. But as you can see, my brush hardly ever bends. I just feather the gel polish where I want to have it. I'm going to take another brush to really get in that corner. This is the Detailer 2. I'm just moving the gel polish where I want to have it. And as you can see, my brush does not bend. The hairs do not bend. All right. So I'm going to put this in the lamp. This I will put in the lamp for 60 seconds. And then we can continue with our neon design. All right. Remember, if you like any of the products that you see me using, you can order from uglyducklingnails.com and use the discount code Home of Diva 15. And then you will get 15% off. If you order the brushes, make sure to do so today because it's the January deal. It's the last day. So the brushes are 20% off. And trust me, they're amazing. Okay. The black was in the lamp. What I am going to do now is we're going to put white gel polish or color gel, whichever one you prefer. This one is a little bit thicker, so it's a little bit easier to use when you want to make some lines. I'm going to use the color gel. I like opening it with tweezers because I don't like touching this. So much easier. This is much thicker, as you can tell, than gel polish, but you can also paint the whole nail with this, or you can use it for art. I'm putting way too much. I always waste. Amy, can you combine today's discount code with the brushes? And let's close that with some tweezers. Isn't this amazing? Love this pot, by the way. It's so cute. All right. So right now, I am going to outline the heart with white color gel. I'm going to take my striper and outline the heart. The trick to this is to have this outline really thick. You want to have a really thick outline. Well, not super thick, but thicker than normal, wider than normal. So for the ladies that don't like making thin lines, this is your thing. For the ladies or gents. I start with the bottom. And turn the nail around to get the curve of the heart. And as you can see, I'm just turning the nail always to be able to draw towards me. And I will always rest my pinky somewhere just to have more control. It is very important that this part is thick because we are going to use jelly gel polish. And you need to be able to see it. If you make any mistakes, it's not a problem. You can always clean with your angled 2 brush. It's the best brush to clean. Let's make both sides more or less the same width. So I'm going to go over and pull whatever is on the nail already and make it a little bit thicker. And we want to have it nice and even. And I will clean this top part. With alcohol, dab the excess off, and you can clean. And we will put that in the lamp. Okay. Let's put that in the lamp for 60 seconds. Whenever you use a more pigmented color, like color gel or art gel, make sure to put it in the lamp for at least 60 seconds because the lamp needs some time to be able to dry these products. They're more pigmented, so it needs some more time in the oven. Hi, Moore. How are you doing? I am using white color gel, which is number, where is it? Number two. This I'm using for the white outline. And it is now in the lamp. So what I did was one layer of 250, which is a semi-transparent pink, which is perfect for French. Hi, Madeline. Then I drew the heart with black polish, which is number 43. Yeah, it's big. It lasts forever. Number 43, which I colored around, which is the black. I drew the heart and colored around it with black gel polish, and now I outlined the heart with color gel, white color gel. Alrighty, and now we will be needing our milky white. This milky white is life. We need this to have that glow effect and to make sure that that pink really pops. That jelly gel polish, which is number 229, but you can use the 228. You can use any other color as well, but always have white and the 193 milky white in the background so that the color really pops and you have that glow effect. Yes, they're amazing. They never finish. Okay, I'm going to clean my painter because otherwise I'm going to get black on my heart, which I don't want. So we'll clean that a little bit. Oh, it is amazing, this milky white. I love it. All right, this painter, you can use it. It's a perfect brush. I'm going to explain why I love it. You can turn it around and make it and use it, and it has a point if you turn it. Let me show you that. You turn it and you have a point. Do you see that? It's pointy. But I actually also use it as ombre. I will take my finger and I'll push the hairs out and use it like that. And I'm going to use that right now as well. Oh yes, get the Lunula. It's amazing. It's so bright. 229, you can use 228. Do you have any jelly gel polishes? The brush I use to clean is the angled 2 brush. Mine is fried. It was in the, yeah, any of the jelly gels. But honestly, you need to get them all because they're amazing. My angle 2 was in the sun, so it's kind of fluffy. All right, so as I was saying, yes, I use top coat to clean all my art brushes. I don't use anything else. 222 is the red, right? You can use that as well. It won't be so neon, but it's fine. You could use that one. All right. 197. What is 197? That is not a jelly gel polish, right? All right. So the painter, I like to press it down so that it's wider. I could use that for ombre. I could use this for the outline, which I want to use right now. Yes, I explained that in the beginning, how I take care of my brushes. So if you missed it, you can always watch this video back and it will be saved. So you can watch it back. All right, so I'm going to use this milky white. I flattened my painter and I'm going to outline it with the milky white. Make sure that you do it neatly. The glow part needs to be pretty and neat. So if you make it messy, it's no problem, but just clean it with your angle 2 brush. Oh, I have a fluffy in here, a big one. I swear, I clean every day and I don't understand where all this stuff comes from. I just have no idea. And my windows are not open because it's winter, so I just don't get it. All right, so putting the milky white, make sure that it is on the inside and on the outside of the heart, so it really shows that it's glowing. And make it neat. Don't make it all choppy, or sometimes I don't know how to speak English anymore. Too many languages mixed. I speak Dutch with my sister, speak Spanish with my boyfriend. Lord have mercy. My brain, it's already too old for this. I need to get rid of these fluffies. They're getting on my nerves. Sorry. I'm getting fluffies out. So I put the Is it okay now? I'm going to remove the palette so that it doesn't. I was using the painter and I put milky white over the heart. Make sure that you put it neatly. So here I see it's a little bit choppy, so I'm going to make it pretty. I'm using the side of it to correct. The painter. And I will put this in the lamp. And we will have to get out a jelly gel polish. The jelly gel polishes are translucent gel polishes. Some colors you could actually create yourself by mixing top coat. But usually your gel polishes are mixed with white as a base for the colors. So you will never really have that really translucent effect like these transparent colors. Let me show you some more while my nail is in the lamp. Here you can see that it's really translucent. So these are kind of hard to recreate. So, and all of these you can use for so many techniques. These are really a must-have. I remember asking Ugly Duckling Nails all the time for these colors, and I use them so much. So you can see they're really translucent. You could, I will unpin it. Hold on. And there you go. Pigment powders are also mixed with a little bit of white. Yes, I am Dutch. I am actually from Suriname. Dus ik praat wel Nederlands. Met een accent. Alrighty. So, I'm going to use one of the Jelly Gel polishes, but I really love the 229 because it's really neon. Very, very neon pink. So I'm going to put some on my palette, and we will add that over the white part of the nail. The neon colors, when they usually come on the black, they change and become a really weird color. For example, here you can see it's turning orange. So for the people that don't know, and they did this without this milky white gel polish layer, they will get a really weird orange color. So the neon colors look strange on black. So you will definitely need a milky white base. So I'm going to take, with my painter brush, I'm going to take the neon pink and add it on the milky white part of the heart. All of it, what we just painted. And we're almost done with this design. Almost. For the ones of you that I would love to put some background music, but I will be blocked by Instagram, so I can't do that. So if you're bored and you need some background music, you'll have to put it wherever you are, at your house, in the salon. And as you can see, I'm really turning the nail to always be able to paint in my direction, which is the way you have the most control. All right. Missed a spot here. Alrighty, and here as well. And I'm going to put this in the lamp. Oh, missed a spot here. All right. Yes, I'll put that in the lamp. I don't know. Sometimes, could be boring. Sometimes you need music. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Kati. Alrighty, and now I'm going to take, because the thinnest lines I find you can only get through art gel. I'm going to use art gel right now. This is even more pigmented than the white color gel, because this is usually just used for painting nails. If you like painting nails using gel polish out of a pot. So this is actually just for art. This is really good for creating baby boomer with a sponge. If I have time, I will show you today as well. And these are, if you want to make sweater nails, these are really good for sweater nails. If you want to get that 3D effect. All right. So I'm going to add some of this on the palette. For those of you that don't have art gel and you have the color gel, just use the color gel. But this is actually easier to make thinner lines, I find. All right. We are going to draw a heart in the middle of this it's a must-have. Yeah, Natasha. We cannot live without our art gel. So we are going to draw our line right in the middle of this first white thicker line that we drew. A really thin line. So what I'm going to do again is put all the gel paint in all of the hairs of my brush, of my striper. Take out the excess by swirling it down, and then taking my point of my striper, and we are going to draw a line right in the middle of the heart. I always like to start in this part because it's easier. It's hard to draw when you have when you have the mobile right on your forehead. I can hardly see. People that do online classes all the time are amazing. Hands up for you. I'm gonna go over it again. Just make sure to get it straight. And my hands are shaking. Oh yes, they are. I'm just resting them on my hand, turning it around, and we'll move that line up. So when I saw this design, I was really like, how did they do it? How did they do it? Because if you do not have that first line, that first white thicker line below the jelly gel polish, if you don't have it thick enough, you will not see it pop like this. So that was the trick. Not breathing. Yeah, it never worked because of that. That's why you have to try stuff. And I tried until it worked. There are so many videos, and then you just don't know what products they're using or how they're using the products. It's different than taking a class. My hands are super shaky. And you can tell my brush hardly bends. If you want thin lines, don't press the brush down too hard. of course, when you do the curve, it's going to bend. Let's do that some more. One more time to make it nice and even. I can't breathe. Whew. And if it's choppy like mine, go over it again with a little bit more art gel. You can make it a little bit thicker, or you can clean it with the angled toothbrush, which I will be doing. Here it's a little bit thinner. Very hard to draw thin lines with the camera sticking to your head. Woof. Okay, let me take my angled toothbrush. Thank you, Amy. And I'm going to clean this part where I find it's a little bit too thick. And here it's a little bit too thick as well. Brush is life. That's why I say I never do anything perfectly in one go, but I do know how to correct. All right, let's see. Let's put that in the lamp. And we'll add some matte top coat over it, and then it's done. And then we have our first heart. This is what you will have. This was without a lamp sticking on without a mobile phone sticking in front of my head, but so this one's much nicer. Here we have the set. And we'll do some more. Thank you, more. The next one we're going to do is this love nail. But I'm going to use some glitters underneath instead to make it pop. The neon crystals, I got them from Swarovski, but a long time ago. So they're, I don't think that they sell them anymore. I think you will have to find whoever has it left over. And we'll add the best matte top coat ever. Make sure to shake it a little bit because the matte pigment can settle to the bottom. So make sure to give it a good shake before using it. I always like using matte top coat because it's so much easier for pictures. I don't mind if it's shiny for things like this, but for when I do a character, I prefer having matte top coat. Because if you have this light reflection in the middle of the eye, for example, it's super annoying to take pictures. Here we have the matte. And because the heart is a little bit raised because of all the layers, I'm going to turn the nail around so that the matte top coat can self-level, so it doesn't show it to be so bumpy. The white color gel is number 2. Yeah, it makes it pop. The white definitely makes it pop. And I'm going to put it in the lamp. So we'll prepare a second tip using my tippies. And of course, I will use another of these semi-transparent, of my favorite semi-transparent French gel polish collection. We'll put one layer. For the next tip. All of these are so good for French gel polish and French designs. Just putting one layer, but you can do 1 or 2 or 3 if you wanted to cover more, but I'll just be doing 1. And here we have the matte top coat. It's not matte out of the lamp, I know, but we are going to clean the dispersion layer, and then we'll have this gorgeous matte reveal. Here we go. Here we have the design. You can see that I've got some on the black, so you have to be very careful to just get it on the milky white, because otherwise it becomes a funky color on top of the black. Just get the neon jelly gel polish on the milky white. All right, so to write with gel paint is not the same as writing with a pencil or a pen. You have to work with your brush, and your brush warns you that it can't go on anymore. It warns you that you need to move it and put it in another direction. So what we're going to do is we're going to take gel paint. I like using gel paint because it's pigmented. And I'm going to use my striper brush, and we're going to draw love. I like drawing it slanted. So we have it's kind of like a French, love French. And you can make it straight, going straight like that. But if you do it slanted, then you have more space to write. And when I start, I will start with one side, connecting it to the side, because we're going to color underneath and it has to be connected. And then draw this part of the L. And you can tell I have to draw in pieces. And now I'll connect the top part. I actually write much better on nails than in real life. My handwriting sucks. It's really messy. Clean that little mistake. And I suggest you do the first layer super, super thin, because we are going to outline it later again. If you want to do an O, you can do an O, or if you want to do a heart, you can do a heart. I will do an O. So we do one side of the O. I will draw that little curve on top of the O. See, bit by bit, we're doing this bit by bit. Turn around the nail to get that little curve, and then connect it. Connect it to the bottom. You see your brush, it tells you when it can no longer turn. The V is one line, the V is easy. And do the other line, and then the E. You can only draw like this. Your brush can't go any further. So you have to listen to your brush. And then we'll draw this bottom part, and you'll have to turn around the nail to complete the E. And you'll have to finish the top part of the E as well. And then you have the outline of the love. So we're going to put that in the lamp. And I'm going to use, as a background, I'm going to use this glitter, our diamond glitter. But first I'm going to put a layer of this 202, a nice Valentine's pink, and then I'm going to put this over it. I've never tried it before, so let's see. I'm going to put this glitter over it. Or maybe I should look for a darker color. Let me look for a darker color while the nail is in the lamp. To make it pop. I like this one better. 215. It's not so Valentine-y, but it's a really nice color for the background, I think. I haven't tried it yet, so let's try. Okay. I will get it as close as I can to the text, and then I will use my brush to add them in the little corners. Using my Detailer 2 brush. This is a lot of people's favorite brush. It's so hard to have favorites. I know this is Natasha's favorite brush. I know this is Alina's favorite brush. My favorite brush is the angled 2. Even though mine is a little bit messed up because I left it in the sun. There's so much sun here, I can't complain. And it comes in through the window, and my table is right by the window, so my boyfriend's always like, why do you always leave stuff here that you know can be ruined? You're wasting money. I'm like, oh, okay. Sorry. So he actually brought me a new one, so I should get him to give it to me. When it's in a lamp, I'm going to go get it because I need a good angle 2 brush. It is life. All right, so here we have it painted near to the letters. I have to clean a little bit because I see that the O has a little bit of gel polish in it. I'm going to, while it's in the lamp, I'm going to get a new angle 2 brush. All right. Marcos, ¿dónde está mi angle 2? ¿Los trajo? ¿Los trajiste? ¿Qué está? Oh, en tu chaqueta. En el pecho. Así. All right. I got a new one. Got a new one. I'm chucking that one. Yes, there is a discount code available. It's 15%. Home of Diva 15. So you have to put Home of Diva together and 15. You get 15% off only until February 2nd. So, but I would definitely buy the brushes too. If you need brushes, buy them today, because today's the last day of the January deal, and the January deal is 20% off. I learned Spanish when I was in school, but it's still not the best. All right, so here is 231, which is our diamond gel polish. So pretty. Let me put some glitters on there so I can just move it later with a brush. Let's move those glitters up there. These are our diamond gel polishes. And they have really, really little glitters in them. And if you put the flash on top of them, they just pop. They become amazing, so shiny and sparkly. And we'll move that up close to the letters again. It is really very pretty. And I think the color I chose as a background was a good idea. It's super, super pretty. All right. I'm going to clean. Yes, thank you, Kati. Did I need to clean it somewhere? Right here, maybe? Yeah, a little bit. And by the E. And I will put it in the lamp. So we also have a really nice selection of diamond gel polishes. So they are super pretty, and this is the one I used, 231, and this was the background, 215. Line work and detail, I use the, let me show you all the brushes. For me, the most important one is the angle 2. This is to clean when you make mistakes. This is a must-have. My the detailer 1 is the one I use the most for characters, and the painter 2. These I use to sketch the characters, the detailer, and the painter I use to color and to shade. And I also like the striper. I need the striper in my life as well. For the rest of the art, this is also really important to have. It's the painter. I actually use this for to color in large areas, just like what I did. And I use it for ombre as well, actually, because what I like about the painter is that you can, it's a point, but you can also make it like this and use it as I use it for ombre. So you can use it for both. All right. So because we have this little bump going on, I like putting 2 layers of top coat. So I'm going to put a layer of no wipe, and I always like shiny and matte, a contrast of both. So I'm going to first put a layer of no wipe over the entire nail, and then put matte just on the top part, and turn it around so that it can self-level, so you don't have that bump for where you just drew the love. And we're going to put that in the lamp. There's a little bit of dust in there. It flew in there. We got it just in time. And you can combine it with the brushes. The brushes are 20% off until today. So I would definitely order today. All the art brushes, the brush case, and the dusties. This is the dusties, which I love. It's so soft. To remove dust. 20% off until today. You're welcome. So now for the matte, I'm going to put some matte on my palette. If you have the 15% off if you want to use your 15% off, I would definitely use it on things like if you've been considering buying the Lunula or the rechargeable lamp. It's a good discount. I love the LED lamp. The rechargeable LED lamp is my favorite lamp that I've had so far. All right, so now I'm taking the painter and I'm going to put matte top coat just on the top part of the nail, because I love having shiny and matte contrasts always. So when I use crystals, I always have a matte background as well, and glitters, because it's just so pretty. And I'll get really close to my painter, and then with the detailer too, I will get near the letters. Just lightly feather, and then I just have to put some in the V, and then I'll put it in the lamp. And we're almost done with this design, almost. So for the next part, we are going to outline the love again, the text, the letters. And I like doing this with art gel, with the white art gel. If you leave it in the lamp for 2 minutes, it has no sticky layer. So that is a good thing. So you can leave it in the lamp for 2 minutes and then it will come out shiny. If you want it to look matte, you will have to sugar it with clear acrylic. With a clear acrylic. But right now, I'm just going to leave it as it is, shiny, after I draw it, of course. And then I will show you the difference with another set or another tip. Hi, Kate. All right, so here we have the love, and I'm going to clean the dispersion layer of the mat. Always be careful when taking out your tips from, or the nails from your lamp. When you have no wipe top coat or a shiny top coat, don't touch it. It needs to cool off first. If you touch it straight from coming out of the lamp, you will leave a fingerprint and a smudge. So always make sure that it gets some time to cool off before you put cuticle oil as well. All right, so now I'm going to go over the text again, but with a little bit more product this time. I want it to be a little 3D, so a little bit raised. And I'm using the gel paint right now. I'm just going over the text, just like what we did before, to outline it, sketch it first. We're going to do the same. Going over it again. And it can be a little bit thicker so that you can hide the line underneath. And feel free to turn around the tip. And this you can do with your customer as well. You can turn around their hand, it's not a problem. And we're going to close this. Without breathing. And if you're a klutz like me, who always bumps everything or touches something, you can put this in the lamp right now before continuing, so that you don't mess anything up, which is always a good idea. So I'm going to put it in the lamp for about 30 seconds, and then I'm going to continue with the O, because I know myself, and it's always worse in a class or online. Always worse. So I'm just going to cure that for 30 seconds, and then I will continue with the O. Especially with the letters on the sides of the nail. If it's like in the middle, there's less likelihood that you'll be touching it, but the ones on the side, definitely cure. Okay. And let's continue with the rest. One side of the O, another side of the O. You have to follow your brush and feel its limits to where it can go or not. We'll do the V. To use the tip of the striper to really get that point. And here as well. And then we'll continue with the E. How are you guys doing? Are you working with me or are you just watching? Hope you actually learned something today. At least one thing, hopefully. I've seen a lot of people that have also taken my course before. Always nice to see some faces. Some names popping up here and there. All right. So I'm going to put this in the lamp for 2 minutes. When you put this in for 2 minutes, you will have no sticky layer. Hi, Laura. ¿Cómo estás? Stormy Norway. Yeah, it must be really cold there. Watching and learning. You know all this stuff already. Christical. Oh. No worries, Shannon. It's saved, so you can always watch the beginning. No worries, Melina. Sí, todo queda guardado. En YouTube, en Facebook y aquí. En Ugly Duckling Nails. So, the art gel, normally it is, it has a dispersion layer, but if you leave it in the lamp for 2 minutes, it doesn't have one. So you won't have to put top coat, so you can leave it as it is, and it will be a little bit 3D, which I like. So it's in the lamp curing right now. And it's always good to leave gel paint in the lamp for a little bit longer because it's very pigmented. You know, stormy weathers is not so bad if you're inside, in bed, watching a movie. Then it's okay. It sucks when you have to go outside and work or... Christical loves rain. She's one of those weirdos. I love rain, but when I'm inside. All right. Here we have the tip. Oh, it's so sparkly. It's so pretty. So here we have our love tip. And if you use flash, it's going to be super, super, super shiny and sparkly. Hello from work. Hi, Christine. Or online class in bed. No. Yeah, I called you weird. I love dryness. Sun. Oh, Wow, no, then it's really bad. Once I finish, I'm going to save it and then you can watch it from the beginning. All right, so we did these 2 tips. I am going to do a sweater nail since it's cold and rainy. Not here, but I'm gonna do this sweater nail, a really quick one. And for sweater nails, like I said, you can either use a color gel because it's thicker just to get that really raised effect, or I can teach you how to do it without how do you call it, with just a gel polish, because the sweater always has the same color in the background and the raised part. It always needs the same color just to show that really 3D effect. So if you don't have a thicker gel polish or a thicker gel like this, you can use either art gel for the raised bit, or you can use color gel to get that really 3D effect. And I'm going to use red. This is 259. This is from the red gel polish collection. It's really beautiful. I'm going to show you how to get that raised effect, just in case you do not have a thicker gel. So here you see most of our gel polishes need just one layer, but I always like doing 2 for my clients because I always perfect around the cuticle area and everything. So I always like doing 2, although it doesn't need 2 layers, most of the colors. There are some, of course, that need 2 layers. This one is not one of them. Let's put that in the lamp. This is number 259. If you want to do a sweater effect and you want to have the exact same color on top, if you're lucky, you can find a matching color. I find that number 47 matches very good with 259, so you could draw the raised bit with that. I'm going to show you the difference. And again, I like to open this with tweezers. I don't like touching these things. But you can see it's a lot thicker than a regular gel polish. So I'm going to show you the difference. Put some on my palette. And I'm going to put the cap back with tweezers because I just don't like touching this. And the color that is in the pot is on the cap as well. So these are so pretty. All right. So for the matte effect, you're going for the sweater effect, you're going to have to put matte top coat. And then the rest will be the raised sweater effect. So I'm gonna add some matte. Make sure to shake it really well. Just to make sure that it's as matte as possible, because sometimes the matte pigment settles on the bottom and you want to really give that a good shake. All right, so for sweater nails, the background is usually matte and then you have that raised effect. I'm going to show you the difference. I'm going to use some color gel for the lines, and then for the middle part, I'm going to use the gel polish mixed with some clear acrylic just to get that texture to be a little bit thicker, just to show you the difference. Because when I started, I never knew how to get that same color. So what I used to do is I would mix art gel with different colors of art gel just to get that same color beneath from my gel polish. So that was a lot of work. For this one, I need to clean my palette. I have too much stuff on there. Let's remove some stuff. Let's make some space. All right. So here we have the color gel, which is already thick as it is. And here we have number 259, which is pretty similar. I just want to show you how to get the sweater effect, even if you do not have the same color in color gel. All right, I'm going to show you the difference. So when you do the sweater effect, let me draw it out a little bit so that it's clear what I'm going to do. So when you have the nail, I'm going to draw the nail on this piece of tissue that I have. Here's my stiletto. Please don't shape this way. For the sweater effect, normally you have a line going down on the side, leaving a space on the sides, and this needs to end the same level of the nail. And you need to leave the same amount of space between these sides. So when doing sweater nails, what I do I'm not going to do it this time because I'm going to do hearts, but normally I will draw lines going down on one side and the same lines on the next, not touching the side, these two lines, and then I will connect them going down. Connect these like this, and then you have a really nice sweater nail. And here you can do some lines going down like this and some lines like that, just for an example. But I'm going to do this for hearts because it is Valentine's Day and we want to do hearts. We want to spread the love. So I'm going to show you the difference. With color gel, this is color gel. You can see it's thick. And I'm going to draw the lines. Leaving space between these two sides. And you want to get the nail, the other line, to end on the same level. And because it's a stiletto nail, it can be a little bit tricky because it goes into a point. All right. So I'm going to add a little bit more just to get a more of a raised effect. Here you can see it is very easy to get a raised effect with the color gels. They're just really, really nice for art to get any type of 3D effect. And we're going to add some more. Just work with the tip of your brush and move the color gel where you want to have it. And this looks pretty good. We're we're going to put that in the lamp, but only after we've put some clear acrylic. We're going to sugar and make sure that this is nice and matte. So also on the videos, it also looks super easy when they're making like sweater nails and all that kind of stuff, but they never tell you really what they're doing, what product they're using. So it's always good to have a class. We're going to use our clear acrylic and we're going to sugar these lines. If it's not connected, I like sugaring first and then I will continue with the rest of the design. You can see here I sugared and it has sucked all the clear acrylic, so I'm going to have to put some more. I'm going to put clear acrylic until it no longer is shiny. You have to add clear acrylic until it no longer shines. Here you can see that it's still shiny, so I'm going to add some more because the clear acrylic is being sucked to the bottom. If you put it in shiny, you will just not have that sweater effect, that matte sweater effect. So keep adding until it is completely matte. I'm using my duck paddle, which is also something that I love. One of my favorite tools to sugar, to mix colors, because the other side is a spatula. Here you can see this is a spatula and this side is the little scoop, the little spoon. One of my favorite products. And do it on top of the clear acrylic pot so that you don't waste too much product. All right, I'll put that in a lamp for 60 seconds and then I will show you, if you do not have a, yes, it's the best. It's the best, I love it. If you do not have a thicker gel polish or gel paint and you need to have the same color as on the background of the nail, we're going to mix this gel polish with a little bit of clear acrylic to make it a little bit thicker. So let's do that. Thank you, Kati. All right, let's add some clear acrylic to our gel polish, just to make it a little bit thicker so that's easier to work with to do art. We don't want to add too much. Just make it into a consistency that you would like to work with. I'm going to add a little bit more, just a little bit. For me, I prefer using the color gels for this because it still is a little bit more sharper and cleaner. When drawing. But this is another option just in case you do not have the same color. And then I will remove the excess dust with my Dusty's brush, but you won't see it because I'm going to do it by my table. I have a Dusty's brush for when I have to remove clear acrylic, and I have a Dusty's brush for when I have to remove glitter or chrome, the excess chrome or glitter. All right, so right now I'm going to draw the hearts. I'm going to take a glob on my striper. I'm going to put 2 points like that. Remove the excess on my palette and then pull the heart down and together. like so. If you feel more comfortable to cure these heart for heart or every 2 or 3 hearts, you can do so. You can see how thick it is when I mixed it with clear acrylic. But I have to be honest that I do prefer to use color gels when I do sweater nails. Just don't have to stress about this curing and becoming really, really thick, and because it is curing while we speak the mix. It's becoming thicker and thicker. So here you see I'm just adding the mixture. I'm removing and then moving the product into each other. You could tell it's getting thick, really thick, fast. So here we have, I can do 2 more hearts and then it'll be done. Move it into each other to get that nice shape like a booty. And the last one. Oh, that's not the one. You can tell it is already super, super dry. If you want, you can add a little bit more gel polish to make it a little bit more fluid. But I will do that for the last bit. All right, and then on the sides, I'm just going to do a couple of stripes going down. There's not much space for anything else. Try to make them evenly spaced. Don't touch that line. And normally I would already start sugaring and then do this part later, but I'm just going to do it right now because I see it's already curing and I'm too lazy to mix some more gel polish in the mix. So I just want to get it over with, and then we can do another tip. All right. And we want the same amount of space in between this line with these lines. Be careful. Don't touch the sides. It's better to cure one side and then do the other. All right. Ooh, let me be very, very careful. Okay. So now we're going to sugar that again and then put it in the lamp, and then we're done with this design. See, I touched the side. Be careful. Don't touch the design. If you touch it when you're sugaring, then you are going to have to wipe it off and do it again because you can't fix it. And remember, sugar until it no longer shines. And no, you can't just dump it in the clear acrylic because then you ruin the design also. You're just gonna have to sugar. until nothing shines anymore, and then you can put it in the lamp. So you have two options. You can either buy a color gel for all your sweater nails and your 3D effects, or you can mix your gel polish with a little bit of clear acrylic. All right. So we did that one. And I am going to show you how to do the blood rose. I'm not sure if you can actually see it in the screen. The light is very, I don't know. This is the blood rose. I hope you guys can see it. We're going to do that next. For those of you that have seen a lot of videos on this, it also looks very simple. But if you don't know what product to use, it's a problem. It's just like the neon light one that we did. You can see the video and you still don't know what to use. And it won't work with everything. All right, so I'm going to wipe this off, the excess with my dusties, but away from the table so that I don't get clear acrylic all over the place. Okay, here you can see my sweater nail. And I used number 259 for the red, or you can use color gel number 47. They're almost the same color. So if you want to do the raised effect with 47, it matches perfectly with 259. I got a little bit of white on there. All right. So for the blood rose, we are going to use black schmelted. I still have the old packaging. This is the new packaging. Let me show you the new packaging. It's just, you have it and it doesn't finish. So this is the new packaging for the schmelted, and I have the old packaging. But this is very good if you want to do marble effects. And to be honest, the rose only works with this, I find. Because it doesn't bloom as much. So there are many blooming gels out there, but this one doesn't bloom as fast and ruin the rose. There are lots of blooming gels that ruin the rose when you want to draw it. So I'm going to show you guys how to draw the rose. I'm going to draw on my little piece of paper, a little piece of tissue. So when I draw the rose, I will add a layer of the schmelted black, and I won't cure, and I will use white gel polish to draw the rose. And in the uncured schmelted, it will spread. So what you have to do is you have to draw a little C to start off, and it will start schmelting. And then wherever there's the opening, you're going to want to close it off. Not touch it, but add the first petal. So what I will do is I will take some product and I will press it down in the middle and let go. So it will be thicker here, and then I will lift my brush and get the tip of the brush to make it go from thick to thin. Art gel won't work for this. Black glass gel, I don't know if that will work. Let me see if I can. Let me see. I need the messages. Okay. You're welcome, Melina. Okay. So I press down on that side, and then I will take some more white gel polish and I will touch down here. I will press down hard. So that's where you deposit the majority of your gel polish. And then you will lift your brush to make it go from thick to thin. So now you have an opening here. So then you will, and this will already have spread. This will already have become thick here. So now you have another opening here. You will do the same. You'll make another petal on this side. You will press down your brush, deposit the excess, and you can let go and make that thin line with a tip. So what I mean with that is I take my brush and I will press down and then I will lift. Press down and lift with the tip of my brush. Press down and lift. If you haven't had time to practice that, practice that. All right, so here, the other side, press down and lift. So we'll get thick like that. And then now you have the opening here and you have an opening there. So we want to do another petal here. So press down and lift. You want to make this petal a little bit bigger and lift. So now you have an opening here. You want to press down and lift. So that is how you're going to draw the rose. Here you have an opening. You're going to do it there. All right. So let's show that on Neil. So here is this black schmelted, which I find the best for this, and you also don't have to use black gel polish underneath. You just use one layer of this, and then I'm going to use my gel brush number 8, this pretty chrome colored gel brush. And since it leaked right there, I'm just going to take some from the top, and you would just use one layer of this schmelted black without curing, and now you don't have to put a black layer of gel polish in the background. You just use one layer of this schmelted black. Let me close that because I know myself. I'm going to drop stuff. Sí, este pincel es muy bonito y todos van a ser así. Yeah, all the brushes are going to become chrome colored like this. So they're upgrading or becoming, I don't know, is it upgrading? They're becoming, this is the new version. So all of them will be changed to this. Yes, this is different from black gel polish. You cannot do this with black gel polish because this is a special blooming gel, but then in black. There's a blooming gel in white and one in black. There used to be one in clear, but Ugly Duckling is fixing it because it had a few issues. And I also found that the rose was not as nice with the clear schmelted. I touched it, so I need to add some. See, I'm a klutz. I always do these things. All right, so now with white gel polish, let me move this before I touch it. White gel polish, we are going to draw the rose. I'm going to take my detailer, put in a bunch of gel polish, and I'm going to make a little C. Where the opening is, I'm going to add the petal. And I'm going to complete the petal like this. There's another opening there. I'm going to draw the petal there and complete this petal like so. Now we have openings on both sides here. I'm going to create another petal there and another petal here. This side needed one as well. And this side needs one too. You can make some more. You can add some here, and you can see how it is smelting. I want to create one more here, and you can see I'm not pressing hard. I'm just depositing the extra gel polish, and I'm just going to leave it expand a little bit before putting it in the lamp, and it will expand, keep expanding until you put it in the lamp. So I think it's good. I'm going to put it in the lamp. You can see how it is now. We're going to cure that for 60 seconds. And the trick for this, just like with the neon, design, is you need to outline. You need to outline the petals to get them to pop. So we are going to do that with gel paint or color gel, whatever you prefer. I'm going to do it with art gel or gel paint, and then I'm going to add jelly gel polish over it. So this is another design where you can put jelly gel polish. It's a really good technique and a good product to have. Can't live without the jelly gel polishes. So it's been 2 hours already. I'm gonna continue, yeah? We're gonna do another tip. It's fine. We're gonna go on a little bit. Amy is gonna be a little bit longer. Just so you know. Amy's the big boss, so I have to tell her. Sorry, it's gonna be longer. Yeah, it's always longer. It's like with my clients also. We saw a reel, right? Ugly Duckling posted a reel, and when you tell the boyfriend, it's like, I'm gonna be done at 7 or I'm gonna be done at 6, and it's always like an hour later, 2 hours later. Whenever I tell my clients, just another half an hour, and time flies so fast, and then it's an hour later or 2 hours later, especially with characters. I'm like, I just need half an hour more, and then you just keep on perfecting, and then it's like time flies. It's crazy. All right, so let's outline the petals. When outlining the petals, what I have to do is I have to outline the inner part of the petal, all of the inner parts of the petal, just to make them pop. Let me clean my brush. I'm going to use my striper. I need a little bit more art gel. Yes, this will be saved. No worries. I'm going to add some art gel. All right. So for this design, you need to outline with gel paint, art gel, something more pigmented, all of the inner petals. So here I'm going to start depositing the most, and then going in with and then ending it with the tip of my brush. Depositing and ending it with the tip of my brush, going from thick to thin. You want to leave that little black layer in between each petal. You just want to highlight the petals. You want to deposit and then go in from thick to thin. From thick to thin. Just follow along the petals. Thick to thin. All of the petals. Press down and then release. This is the trick to the blood rose. And as many videos as you can see, they won't usually tell you what products they're using. So it looks easy, but it's not if you don't have the correct products. So you're just following along the petal. And then for the middle part here, I just do a little C in the middle of the middle of the rose. Just do a little bit of a C. Let's make that a little nicer. And this is what makes the rose beautiful. So here you can see how it's outlined. Make sure that you do the inner part of the petals. Yeah, so schmelted you can use for marble. All kinds of marble, really nice. You can have like a watercolor effect. I haven't done much with schmelted, just the rose and marble. But there are probably more things. I saw someone do ghosts for Halloween. You could do some ghosts. All you have to do is deposit. You have to draw with gel polish. You have to draw a sperm like this for the ghost. And it smoke design, yeah. And the sperms for little ghosts. It was really cute. Someone made ghosts. You could make for the marble, no. Also just work with the black. Uncured, and then you add whatever you want on it. You could also do this in red if you want, but then you will need a red art gel to highlight all these lines. Yeah, little sperms that will bloom into ghosts. Spermy ghosts. So here you can see that this is important. Like I had students that also outlined the outside of these petals. Do not outline the outside, just the inside. This is one petal, you do the inner petal. This is one petal, the inner petal. Also another petal, this is the inner part. Always do the inner part of the petal. Don't do the outside. Okay? And now we are going to use some gel polish. Do you want to see a blue rose? Let's do a blue rose. I'm going to use 226, which is a jelly gel polish, and we'll make a blue rose. You could do any color you want. But when you use the neon pink or the red or the orange, you can't put it over the whole nail. You have to just put it on the rose because it has a lot of pigment. So it will make the black orange or brown. Ah, that was a good one. Never saw that coming. Ah, that was a good one. That's a good one. And we're going to put 2 layers of this blue just to make sure, because the gel paint, the art gel is a little bit higher. So just to make sure that everything's fully covered and beautiful, we're going to put another layer of this 226. You could also make a rainbow rose. You could put a different color on each petal. That is also very beautiful. Okay, let's put another layer. The second layer is what makes it perfect. The first time I did this rose in the salon, a lot of customers wanted it. A lot. It's just really pretty. And there's also a white schmelted, which you can also use for marble. It spreads. You can do the swirly marble that you see all over as well. I could do one. I'll do one with white, so you can see what I mean. So for marble, let's get some colors together. It's usually very pretty if you have a bright color and a lighter color. Okay, let's put some top coat on our rose. Not all blooming gels make nice roses. I tried. I find this black one is the best. The clear one didn't work for me. I tried some other brands as well, didn't work for me. So the black one really worked. And then you don't have to put a background of black either. You just have to put the black and then, okay. So I'm turning it around and having it self-level so you don't get it bumpy. So it's all nice and leveled out. Let's do this. Let me show you how to do a marble nail with the white. Let's do a design with this white. Also, so this is one of the colors for the marble, and let's put some other colors, 2 other colors. What will be nice? A brighter purple next to it. I don't know, let's try. Let's see how that goes. And another pink next to it, a pretty pink. Ooh. There, I'm starting with throwing stuff. Let's do a pink. I don't know how this marble will look, but let's see. Put them all together. And we'll put some of that white schmelted. So you don't have to put a layer of white on the background, just one layer of white. Helps to skip a step, at least. And we don't cure. And then we'll take some of that close this. I know myself, I gotta close stuff. And let me take some of that mix that we have with my painter. I'm gonna flatten it so it's a little bit wider, and we'll deposit some Let's add some more pink here as well. And it will start schmelting. I'm just going to put it on the bottom. You can leave it. You can blow a little if you want. Make sure not to spit on the customer. I'm blowing to help it a little bit. Here you can see it's smelting a little more. Blow it some more. Sí, voy a hacerlo. Yeah, you could use a straw, but you know what the thing with the straw is? I had a customer and the spit, it goes into the straw, and when you blow, the spit settles on the bottom and it actually goes onto the nail. I've done it with a straw. Here you have a marble. Of course, you can have a better color mixture than what I have. But here you can see that it's marbling. So I blew it. If you have an air, how do you call one of those? An aerograph. I don't know how you call that in English. You can blow it with that, which is better. Better. Okay. Here you see the marble. So I can put it in the lamp. If you have a whole bunch, airbrush, yes, airbrush. You could do it with the airbrush a little bit. If you have, yeah. If you have gel polish that's settled, like a whole layer on the side here, you can clean it. If it's really thick on the sides, here it hasn't moved much because this this actually works better than when you do it on with clear, because it's thicker and it absorbs the colors faster. Because I have it usually when I use a clear that it goes on the sides and becomes thicker on the sides and doesn't cure properly. So this is actually better. Alrighty. So I'm going to show you guys how to use striping tape. A lot of people have problems with striping tape, but I'm going to show you what I do to make it stay good. We're going to put it on that design. A lot of people have problems with striping gel because it comes loose on the sides. Oh. But my trick is stick it on the edges, on the ends of the striping tape. Sometimes you just want to make perfect lines with a chrome without having to draw it. So striping tape comes in handy. Let's use a pink because it's all right. So I'm going to, when you use striping tape, you always have to use no wipe top coat. So I'm going to put a layer of no wipe over this design, and I'm going to put it in the lamp. Tape won't stick on matte, it won't stick on tacky top, it just needs to it won't stick on the color, it will stick on just the no wipe. Turn it around to make sure that it self levels, and then put it in the lamp. And let's use some striping tape. use some cuticle nippers. You need to have some cuticle nippers to cut the striping tape. Just waiting for my tip to dry. I'm going to work until 10. So I'm going to do one more tip after this. Sorry, Mamie. While I'm on here. Doing one more tip after this. Okay. So, for striping tape, the trick is, well, there's no trick, but to make it simpler, you always make it longer and sticking out. Then, so you have, so it's easy to work with. So not, so striping tape doesn't stick anymore after a few years, yeah? So if you have striping tape for a few years, you better check if it works or not. Okay, so now I'm going to check. I leave it long on both sides so I can fix it. So for example, if you see that it's wrinkled on one side, you can fix it. So here it's a little bit wrinkly. I'm going to lift it to fix it. And I see now that it is good. And what you want to do is you want to cut the tape and leave a little space between the nail and the striping tape. You want to leave a little bit of space. If it's on the nail itself, if it's right on the line of the nail, it will come off much faster. So you don't want it on the edge of the nail. I'm going to get another one. Let's cut. Oh, now I have to find the edge. Where did I leave off? How annoying. Okay. Let's add another one parallel to that. So this is a pretty design. It's pink chromey. And again, we're going to cut it longer so that we can check. Oh, shit. Oops. I didn't say shit. Sorry. Okay. So we see if it's wrinkled. No. Good. Okay. So I'm going to cut it. Leave a little bit of space between the nail and between the striping tape. Leave a little bit of space. And press it down. And then what I do to make sure that it stays on there is I put a little bit of Stick It. Stick It is actually what we use for crystals. It is really good. I'm going to take a little bit of Stick It with my blinger tool on the daughter part, and we're going to put a little bit of Stick It on the edges right there, and then put it in the lamp for about 30 seconds. And then after that, I usually put 2 layers of top coat just to make sure that it doesn't come off. So it has 2 layers of protection. Yeah, Crystal's fave. So if your Stick It is white and foggy and not like this, it's because you're living in a cold country. I'm living in a cold country too. Spain right now, Madrid is cold. But if you see my heater, it is up at like tropics in here. So if it's warm, your Stick It will look like this. If it's cold, white and foggy, it needs some heat. your stick is absolutely fine. What I do when it's cold, I will stick it in between my legs before using it. If I know I'm doing crystals for a client, I will have it closed, of course, not open, and put it in between my legs or underneath my thigh, or I'll just sit on it to make it warm. If you need it warmer quicker, you should put it in a mug with hot water. You could put it in a Ziploc bag in a mug with hot water, and it will get clear like this again. All right, I'm going to put matte because I just love matte. 2 layers of matte top coat. If you like it shiny, you can leave it shiny, but I prefer matte. So I'll add a layer, turn it around so that it can self-level, and then put it in the lamp. And then after this, I will add 1 more layer of matte. And then it should stay on until the next appointment. And you can put it on a candle warmer too. Yes, if you have one. That's a good idea. But it's like a tropics by me. So, yes. Matte is my favorite. And this matte is really, really very good, because there are some mattes out there that just get really dirty, and this matte does not stain. Well, it doesn't stain a lot. All mattes stain a little bit, but this one doesn't stain. The next free class is next in February, probably the end of February again. And I'm going to watch it as well. I'm excited to see it. This class is more for beginners and salon techniques, just to have a few quick designs and know how to use some products, maybe some tips and tricks that you didn't know. But the next ones will be a little bit more challenging, I think. All right, I'm going to put it in the lamp. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to do one more tip because I find it really a fun design. It's this lacy look. I actually learned that effect from Natasha, but I really love it. It's super fun. I'm going to show you where I did it let's see where my design is. Okay. Here you can see this design. I really love it. And it's really like so fine and detailed. That I learned from Natasha Harton. And I think you need to know it. Do you have the Ugly Duckling matte top coat? Because it doesn't look bad when I use it. No worries, it will be saved. Jazzy's Nails. I charge per hour. All of my designs I do per hour. So for example, if you can do a set in 1 hour, for example, a mani or something, a gel set in an hour, I would charge that for every hour extra in art. So for example, you charge 20 in Canada, you charge more, like $50 for a set of nails. You charge $50 extra per hour for art. So that way the customer can see that you're not robbing them. And you can also tell them the day before, like if they're asking for something, you can be like, this is about an hour long, so it will be $50. So that is how I do it. All right. Let's do that heart design because it's so pretty. Inspired by Natasha Harton. Let's do another color for the background. Here, let's do 251, which is another transparent pink for all of you that that like these kinds of transparent colors for French, for negative space. Get the whole collection. I love it. The French collection. They're so, so, so nice. And if you see my nails, they're not like crazy nails like with characters and all of them. They're actually just a simple color like this. That is why I'm obsessed. Just removing the dust. And I think this is now my favorite color. It used to be 131, but now it is 251. It's gorgeous. All right. So much dust, so much dust. Yes. Yes, it's going to be saved. Okay. This is the last tip. I won't bore you guys any longer. We are going to draw that heart like how we did before. Yes, it's life. I like the whole collection. I really like the whole collection of French. Yeah, so boring. And before the classes, I'm usually very stressed about it, and I start off really nervous, and then I just continue. After like 30 minutes, I'm like, oh, okay. And then after 2 hours, I'm like, I have more to show. Let me just stay on. Let me just entertain some more. Share what I know. But just in case. Just in case. You know, I'm not showing anything new. I'm sorry. Okay. As a background color, what shall we do? What shall we do? Let's do that 202. 202. And we'll draw that heart. I won't explain it too much because we already did a heart like that for the negative space heart. So I will draw it really quickly. Starting with the booty. I'm going to check if it's in the middle. Turn it around. Because sometimes when you put things, when you think it's in the middle, when you turn it around, it is not really in the middle. So you have to, whenever you put something in the middle of a nail, you have to look at the hand like this. You have to turn it around upside down and make sure that it's actually in the middle. You're welcome. Okay, so with the booty in the middle, we're going to continue the heart to as close to the edge of the nail as possible. But we want to leave some space because we have that lace. And remember, you don't have to do it perfectly. You need an angle 2 brush, so you can just move that around as you like to fix it. So mine is not perfect. It's no problem at all. You saw I need my angle 2 brush to fix. Okay, so when I do circles, when I do hearts, I always use angle 2 to move it, fix it. Because circles and hearts are super difficult to draw. So you just fix it like this. So you see I'm moving this into more of a curve. This is the brush everyone needs in their life. I swear. It's the best. I remember when I used to teach in the 5K and we had the angled 1 brush, but I found it a little bit too thick for the to clean. So I cut them in half. So for like 50 people, we're like cutting half of the brush so that it's more like this one. And then after the class, Yvonne, she's the founder of Ugly Duckling. She's like, how about we just make that brush a little bit more thin for you? I'm like, that would be perfect. So we saved that time in the classes in the next 5Ks. No need to cut it. All right, so here we have the same amount of space, almost, and we are going to cure that in the lamp. And the good thing about this brush is that it is slanted so that you can go into really small areas, like the booty part of the heart. You can clean on the inside there. So that's why. And it's flexible but hard enough so that you can press down and clean. So I'm really a fan of this brush. Really a fan. Obviously. Duh. Okay, let's color around this heart number 202. I use alcohol. When you use when you put your brush into the alcohol, make sure that you remove the excess alcohol onto a piece of paper before cleaning. Otherwise, if you have too much alcohol, then it will smudge the lines. Yes, alcohol. I have alcohol 96%. Let me show you. This is the alcohol 96%. I think you can get it at, I think if you're in Canada, at Walmart or at a drugstore. I find that the alcohol needs to be a little bit stronger because if it's 70%, it doesn't evaporate as quickly. So then you need so you have like a layer of like a wet layer, and you don't want that. 96% evaporates and leaves it dry. I'm using number 202 and going in with my painter brush. If you guys see that Natasha is teaching, make sure to do her class because she is amazing. I want to take like a private class from her so she can show me flowers. Flowers are so difficult and she does them like they're nothing. Natasha, private class online. You can use the angled 2 brush for one stroke. Little one stroke. I'm going to use the detailer 2 to really get in there. And we'll cure that. I want an online class, Natasha. I want you to teach me how to do flowers. I find flowers so difficult. I find everything that you just draw just like that out of your mind, or I need pictures. I need to see how to do something before I draw it. all my characters, I could never do them out of, I don't know. I need to see what I'm doing. I need an example. Okay, for this color, we are going to need one more layer. So I'm going to go in with one more layer. This lovely Valentine's pink. This is really perfect Valentine's pink. This looks like when you're sending a Valentine's card. This looks like what you have on a card. This is really like the perfect Valentine's design. Yes, we have all the products here. And if you want, contact me, send me a message, and I will also give you the 15% off for here, just to just for the same time as Ugly Duckling, until February 2nd. For the people that are not in Canada, for the people that are in Spain. All right, so here we have the second layer. Oh, the side of the heart is a little fatter, so let's make it a little bit skinnier. One side of the booty is bigger. All right, now it should look okay. And let's put that in the lamp. This is number 202. Where is it? 202. It's the perfect Valentine's color. It's so pretty. I'm scrolling to see if I missed any messages while my nail is in the lamp. If you have any questions, do so. Ask me. If you have any questions, you can always put it in the caption as well. In the message, you can send me a private message if you want, a Home of Diva. If you forgot how to do something, if something was not clear, let me know, and I will explain it to you. No worries. It's what I have with all my students. If they forget something, they can always contact me. I have no problem with that. If you... yes, we ship all over. So, yes, to Portugal as well. And I think it's in 24 hours you get it. Pretty fast. All right. So I'm putting a layer of top coat, matte top coat. And I will put it in the lamp, and then we will do our pretty lace design. I love it. So obsessed with it. I also tried it a couple of times because it looks simple, but it's not. Nothing is really simple unless you know which products to use, which brushes. So, all right. So we will need clear acrylic for this part, and we will need a dotter, a dotting tool. So this is the Omni tool. This is the Omni tool number 1, and then we have Omni tool number 2, and you can see the difference. Oh, this one has the silver. The other packaging, the other color packaging, and this one has the chrome packaging. So the difference between the Omni Tool 1 and the Omni Tool 2 is this different sizes of the dotting tools. Omni Tool 1, Omni Tool 2. When I started, the Omni Tool was my best friend when I first started doing nails, because I was afraid to do designs with brushes, because brushes move, brushes are flexible, brushes are scary. So I never used the Omni Tool. I mean, I never used brushes. I always used the Omni Tool. I drew lines with the Omni Tool. Whenever customers ask me for anything, I'm like, do you want dots? Like, we can do polka dots. I love polka dots. But then people started asking for lines. People started asking for Winnie the Pooh, for characters. So I was trying to do everything with the dotting tool, but no, I had to give up on the dotting tool and start learning how to use brushes. You know how difficult it is to draw a line with a dotting tool? It's so difficult. All right, let's outline the heart with art gel. We need that thicker outline for the heart. I always do the V first, the bottom part of the heart, because that's the easiest part. I gotta push that to the inside with the angle too. All right. Let me just get comfortable so I can see this properly. So one part of my heart has a little bit more curve than the other part, but that's fine. That's fine. And you see, I'm always drawing towards myself. I will turn the tip. This doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to put those little those dots of lace. So it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, but the inside of the heart does need to be more or less perfect. But the outside you can fix later with some of the lace. Turn the nail. Sorry, my nose is snotty. Someone told me it was because I hold my breath in a lot. I don't know if that's true, but when I'm doing online classes or classes, my nose always runs. All right. So I'm going to put that in a lamp. It has a weird curve there. I should have fixed that, but I didn't quite catch it, but it's fine. It's fine. Actually, I can fix it. I'm going to move it a little bit. I'm going to move this one in a little bit of a curve. And then we put the little bollies, the little lace on. There you go. It doesn't have to be perfect because of the lace around it. Let me make it a little bit more curved. So this is salon style work. You fix things while you're in the middle of the process. That's what happens. All right. It's a little less noticeable, I guess. We're gonna cure that for 60 seconds. And then make sure to get out your dotting tool and your clear acrylic, as that's what we'll need. Honestly, for salon style techniques, I could do 2 days of class with the amount of things there are, the possibilities there are for nail art. I could do 2 full days, maybe even more. There's just so much stuff out there. And I hope you guys learned a little bit today. But I could go on forever. But I won't. Amy's gonna kill me. Because the thing is that they're actually like staying and watching this live to make sure that all the questions are being asked. So I'm keeping them from their work, actually. I'm sorry. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to take some of that art gel and we want to create dots. And I add the dots close to the line, but not touching it because I'm going to make them a little bit bigger just now. We're just putting polka dots with a little bit of space next to them. Thanks, Christical, for the help. Thank you guys for being here to help me, Amy and Natasha and Christical. So you don't want these to be too spread out. You want them later on to almost touch. Almost there, almost there. So this is what you will do if you want to create any of the lace designs. All right, so here we have, let me get one right there too while I'm at it. Now I'm going to sugar. We're going to sugar with clear acrylic. I'm going to move my palette. Make sure to move your palette when you're working with clear acrylic so it doesn't get all over. I'm going to sugar all the dots. Don't do this with white acrylic, always clear acrylic. If you're going to sugar, always with clear so that it can cure properly. White acrylic is pigmented, so the lamp won't be able to cure properly. Clear is your go-to. All right, so the first time I'm going to go in with my dotting tool again. You're gonna have to do this a couple of times because it's wet. You can see it's wet and it won't do much the first time, but you're gonna have to first, you have to make sure that this part is in the middle. The booty part. you turn it around and check if that part is in the middle when you turn it around. I usually just do one side. You can watch this video again to see how I do the hearts. So now I press. In the middle part is still quite wet, so you're gonna have to add more clear acrylic just now. Just to really make it into a hole. Be careful not to touch the side. Okay. You're going to have to go in it again. I mean, you have to go and put another layer of clear acrylic. And then the middle part can dry some more. And you can go in a second time. Let's see. There you go. Now you can see. Now you can make the little holes better. Sorry about that. My snot. Okay. And you just tap them in the middle with the dotting tool to create the lace. If you make the holes bigger, this lace will be bigger. If you make them smaller, they will be smaller. But much smaller than this, you shouldn't do it because it's almost impossible then. Here you go. And another layer of clear acrylic. And you can cure. Let me see, maybe I can push some more to the line. I usually do this the third time to make it perfect. Now it can touch the line. Yeah, the third time is the best. Third time's the charm. Make them a little bit bigger. That's why you need the space, so that they can become a little bit bigger. So you definitely need to leave a little space between the dots when you put them there first. All right, one last layer of clear acrylic and then it can go in the lamp and we are done. Okay. Put that in a lamp for 60 seconds and then we're done. And I won't bore you any longer. And I don't want to go on any longer just in case this live video might not save. Let me not jinx that. Yes, the octopus tentacles. I was just thinking about that. You could do that with octopus tentacles too. It's so awesome. Thank you, Frida. I have done online classes until like 1 in the morning. I'm always later. Always later. Like if I say the class is 2 hours, it's 4 hours. I can never say. People ask me, how long is the online class going to be? I'm like, well, at least 5 hours. But it could be 6 or 7. All right. So with my Dusties brush, I'm going to remove the excess, but away from the camera. And look how pretty it is. Oh my goodness. It's so cute. Yeah, so these are a few designs. I hope that they helped. If you have any questions, you can always contact me. Thank you, Yanni. Awesome. Yes, I'm going to Denmark in June to teach with Karina Frias. All right. So if you have any questions, if you need help, if you didn't understand something, you can always contact me or put it in one of the comments on the post. I'm going to save it and put it in a post. I'll also put everything that I used. Thank you so much for being here, spending 3 hours with me. And thank you, Christical and Amy and Natasha, for assisting me with the questions. I can't wait for you guys to try these designs. And if you want, you can tag me, Home of Diva, and so I can see and I can repost. Let me turn it around and say bye. Thank you so much. I'm honored to be the first, honestly. But I could also be the last. I might do another one of these. I hope you guys have a great evening, afternoon, whatever it is, and see you next time.